Should drop a couple of things, eh? Yeah, I did it. Oh, an autosave, dude. That's awesome. Ahead of you, bound man's in the ground. Tatters. Stop by.
Hey, you there! Please help me!
What's going on?
I beg you, untie me!
What do you think, bud?
Thanks for untying me. I thought no one would ever come by. Help me! I've been robbed! They took everything!
How about I take a look at your wounds?
You're a Sawbones?
No, but I've patched up a few people.
I see. Well, all right then. Do what you can.
Didn't even hurt, did it?
Well,
Success.
almost didn't
Wow.
hurt.
Okay, cool. What happened?
Tell me more about this robbery.
I was ambushed by a band of thugs. 4 men. They beat the shit out of me, took what they could carry, and left me in nothing but my undergarments.
Well, be thankful they didn't murder you while they were at it.
True as that may be, they took
Sounds
all
weird.
my wares. If I can't sell anything, I'll soon have nothing to live on myself.
I hope you.
I'll help you, as a good Christian should. What can I do for you?
God will repay you. If you have some spare clothing, or perhaps a few groschen, I'll take what you can give me. I'm not picky. Boots and hose would come in useful, though.
I'll give you some money. Buy what you need. Here you are. And guard it well.
Thank you.
I'll find you something to wear.
Nothing.
I don't have anything to spare right now. I'm sorry.
Right. I understand.
That's all I can spare.
Thank you so much. And God be with you.
Oh, he's got a fucking lantern. Just comes out of nowhere. That's cool.
Good day to you.
Yeah, may as well. I wonder if he's down. If he's here again. He's not.
God bless.
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Good day to you.
Good day to you too, sir.
I have that document from the rat house for you.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
Judging by the contents, it seems like you're dabbling in alchemy here at the mill.
That's not a bad guess. But don't forget about astrology, theurgy, transmutation, and a smidgen of demonology. Although that's something anyone with a grain of sense should avoid. Now show it to me, so I can finally get the knowledge. Good. Good. This will come in handy. Ah, yes. Of course.
What now?
That much? Gonna need more. A lot more.
Did you hear me? What now?
Sorry. I got lost in thought. I owe you my thanks as well as reward for getting me the document. And maybe another little job?
Ooh.
What do you say?
Wait a moment. Supposing you first initiate me into the mysteries of your enchanting mill. This isn't any run-of-the-mill business, so to speak. I smell something devilish here.
Devilish? Not at all. You guessed it. It's nothing less than high learning. Alchemy! And when I say alchemy, I mean real alchemy. Not some hocus-pocus brewing of potions for creaky joints and bellyache.
Tell me more about it, then. Maybe I'll learn something useful.
I suppose. You are my apprentice, after all. You deserve to know what all of this is leading to. Now, pay close attention. I want to make a golem out of dough. Then, using secret alchemical practices in theurgy, bring him to life.
That'd be freaking cool. I know what a golem is.
A golem, you say? Isn't that a kind of pie? What are you going to do with a living pie?
Henry, a golem is a helper brought to life using divine words. A living statue endowed with massive strength. Can be made of clay, wood, stone, basically anything. I'll make one out of flour. Studying the Jewish Kabbals taught me a practice known as Maseh Bereshit. A mystic can use it to imitate the work of God. Just imagine. You know how helpful a golem would be at the mill? Carrying sacks, pulling wagons, standing guard. He wouldn't be
very
much
helpful.
smarter than Zinnik, but he'd have the strength of 10 men.
Wow. Now this I have
Good
to
word.
see.
That sounds incredible. I have to see it.
So far, it's just all in my head. But if you're patient and help me, you'll see soon enough.
I hope so.
It's in the interest of the advancement and prosperity of mankind. Just look at the Bible. Moses could command the waters and speak to God through the element of fire. And Jesus brought the dead back to life. I've no
Sure.
doubt that if our great Holy Mother Church had been around at the time, they'd have crucified Jesus the same as the Pharisees. And all the apostles would have been burned at the stake.
So a golem, you say, made of flour? For the good of mankind?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about the good of me? You promised me a reward.
You already know that you can learn the practical application of certain useful skills from me. But for a few groschen, we could discuss the art on a more, let's say, theoretical level.
I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Supposing you give me a few groschen first, as a reward for bringing you the document, and then I'll decide whether to trade the coin for some learning.
Oh, see now, I completely forgot. Here you go. So you don't go around saying that Miller Crazel is a pinch purse. I added in what I owe for those sacks you carried. And if you want some more work, there's plenty.
Thank you.
I don't know, Crazel. Alchemy, golems, documents in locked chests. I reckon I've had enough. I'll have to think about whether I want to continue with this art of yours.
Too bad. You're handy, and you'd be useful to me here. But I get it. Not everyone cares about the greater good of mankind. But if you change your mind, I'll be here. Here.
Cool. Talk.
What's this next job all about?
I need to find a saltpeter pit.
Pass?
Never a wasted word, eh, Crazel?
No.
Short and to the point. That's my credo.
And how long will it take before you tell me what a saltpeter pit is?
A saltpeter pit is a pit in which saltpeter is formed.
Whoa, no way.
This has something to do with the alchemy of yours, eh? I don't know much about that stuff.
Nitra is saltpeter. White crystals similar to salt.
And what needs salting here in the mill?
The Kabbalistic doctrine speaks of saltpeter as a vessel for the inexhaustible essence of life.
Okay.
Those white crystals are said to contain the very essence of being. That's precisely what we need to give life to our golem.
Okay.
Thanks to the ingredients from Hermes Trismegistos, his feet will never get tired, and his fists will have the power to smash rocks. But saltpeter is the most important thing. Saltpeter will be the golem's heart.
Okay.
So you're serious about this golem? And are you certain it'll work out?
Certainly. Otherwise, I wouldn't even try.
How much saltpeter will it take to bring to life such a big creature?
A lot.
A lot.
That's why I want you to find me a decent saltpeter pit. Do you understand?
I was hoping I'd learn something useful from you. Instead, you're making me wander around the countryside looking for some pit.
Well, you never know when an experience like that might come in handy.
Yeah, I'll find the pit.
All right, then. I'll look around for that saltpeter pit of yours. I just hope you know where to look, that you can point me in the right direction.
Bonnie has a lead. She's a damned handy girl to have around. She can do anything you ask of her. But for you, the most important thing is that she knows how to look for niter, or saltpeter if you prefer.
So this Bonnie is some kind of witch who's in on this golem stuff.
Bonnie is someone I trust without question, and you should too.
Okay.
Not only will she teach you how to find saltpeter, but also how to differentiate it from common salt. The main difference is it has kind of cooling taste.
Hold your horses. You want me to taste that nasty stuff?
If you don't taste it, you could confuse it with some nasty rot. You don't want that.
Damn right.
Don't be such a lily liver, Henry. If Bonnie can taste saltpeter, so can you. She'll tell you the rest herself. You'll find her in the lair. That's a secret storage space I have here just by the pond. Only my best people can get in.
Ah. Your best people?
Your best people. That's just another way of saying people who are wanted by the bailiff, eh?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Right then. How do I get to this lair?
There's a bridge over the mill stream towards the
Oh, no, I
southwest.
lost.
Take the path to the left, just behind it along the pond. From that path, you turn right, uphill, between the rocks, and you'll find yourself right in front of the lair. You can't miss it. Oh, and so I don't forget. You could pick some herbs along the way to see Bonnie. It would make her very happy. She's just been through some tough times. Her dog died, and on top of that, she has to spend time with that blabbermouth, Zinnik. On the other hand, Zinnik might be holding his tongue for a while after his encounter with the Troskowitz stocks.
If Bonnie spends time with Zinnek, she may want some spirits rather than herbs.
Bonnie? Never. Being a decent Christian, she avoids alcohol like the plague. Run along, so you're back as soon as possible.
So the lair.
Take care.
My
Praise the
God.
Lord.
Greetings to you two.
What the hell was that? Yeah, noise.
What was that noise? Woodcutters.
That was gunpowder. Nida. Oh my god.
Lord be with you.
Hey, Bonnie.
I'm Henry, Miller Crazel's new apprentice. He sent me to search for a niter pit and said you might be able to help me with that.
Of course I will. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you.
Bonnie? It's not a name I hear often.
It's not the name I was baptized with. In our craft, it ain't a good idea to tell people your real name. That's why we use nicknames. What should we call you?
The poet. What do you reckon, Dennis? What do you reckon we should be called? I reckon the Wolf of Scallops. Are you still there? The Wolf. Yep. The Wolf.
The Wolf of Scallops.
Well, that's not very creative.
What do you mean it's not very
You know
creative?
what? I'll come up with a nickname for you myself.
That's
when I get to know
fantastic.
you better. Did you bring me something from the mill?
Yes.
Actually, Crazel said you'd appreciate some herbs.
He's right there. Do you have some for me?
Of course.
I've got something here.
I'm gonna give her some of my crap. Let's give her heaps.
My word, that's exactly what I need. The ingredients for the magic ritual.
What kind of magic ritual?
The kind where
Yeah, it was
Zenak
always the time.
finally gets some sense into his head and stops making stupid beginner's mistakes. Just so you know, that mess with the author of Hermes Trismegistos would never have happened to me. Not me. While we're on the subject of rituals, did Crazel tell you about the golem?
He did.
And what do you think of it?
Can't wait to see.
I'm curious to see what a golem made of flour will look like, but I'm mostly curious to see if Crazel will really be able to breathe life into it with the help of saltpeter.
I'm more worried that as soon as it comes to life, it'll slay us all with one blow. So, if by some chance it looks like something's going wrong, you won't see my heels for dust. And I suggest you do the same. But that's enough of that. We're not going to stand here talking about flower golems when we've barely just met. I'd like to chat with you too, Henry. Get to know you a bit.
Okay.
But if you're in a hurry to find Crazel's saltpeter, I won't keep you.
Let's talk.
No. I have plenty of time. But where to start?
You know what? I'll start. When they caught Zenak in Troskovitz, I was scared out of my mind that they'd catch me and clap me in the stocks. I had to hide out here for a while, so I haven't had anyone to talk to. Life in the lair isn't all fun and games. Zenak and all the other mill knuckleheads were never worth much as company. So I'm glad the millers finally found a normal hand for once. You've got a beautiful dog. What's his name?
Mutt.
What a cute fella. How did you find each other?
Among the wolves. Not a word of a lie. That is, I lost him and then found him again in a wolf pack.
Well, I'll be... That's what I call an interesting past. I used to have a dog, but I don't anymore.
He died.
He started getting these lumps all over his body. He stopped eating. Just slept all the time. And then, well, what's done is done.
That's horrible.
And what about you? What kind of family are you from? Also, thieves?
Blacksmith?
No. Pa was a blacksmith. I inherited something from him, I hope.
Oh, really? Would you teach me how to make, maybe, barrel hoops?
Those are pretty hard. Wouldn't you rather start with, maybe nails?
Sure. I'm pretty quick to learn and patient. That is, with one exception. When Crazel starts spouting off his alchemy theories, I'd rather run for the hills. What do you think of the old miller, anyway?
Don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say to that. I still don't know him all that well.
I understand. Best not to bite the hand that feeds you for no good reason.
Exactly.
Thanks for talking to me. It really is good to have someone to pour my heart out to. But now, about that saltpeter. Before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, we collected saltpeter all over the place, mainly in sties. It has to be scraped from the walls. Horrible work, time-consuming and annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. We also looked in a few chests, just in case. You know. Anyhow, now all the sties in the region are scraped clean and we're sitting pretty on a nice barrel of saltpeter.
That's a lot.
Barrel is quite a lot.
For the whole Trotsky region, aye. Unfortunately, Crazel said we need at least 6 times as much.
6 times? Will one saltpeter pit be enough?
I reckon so. There should be as much as Crazel needs for his masterwork. If you're looking for it, you ought to know how saltpeter forms. Do you have any idea?
Certainly.
Certainly. You take a damp wall, like in a sty, you let the water evaporate from it, and you get this salty bloom.
That's right. But like I told
What a
you,
guess.
all the sty walls in the region are scraped clean and we can't wait. Don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. It can be shit or carcasses. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass grave. The best natural saltpeter maker.
Crazel said saltpeter is a vessel for life energy. I get it that it's left over from dead bodies.
Wow.
But how do you get it from shit?
God's mysterious ways. You know how it is.
And he also wanted me to taste it. That's nonsense, though, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it isn't. Otherwise, you won't know if it's
Right.
saltpeter or some other shit. It feels kind of cold on the tongue.
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses, do you?
Not exactly, but I have an idea. Times are evil and there's plenty of corpses. A person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even know he's got a a saltpeter mine.
Grave
The
digger.
local gravedigger.
Exactly. And the one we have here in the region is also the knacker.
Well, I haven't met him yet. Where can I find him?
The cemetery is beyond Troskovitz, towards the Apollonia rocks.
So I'm in for a walk to the cemetery.
Seems like it. Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. It was fun. And pretty useful experience. I learned a lot during that time, and I won't keep it to myself. I'd be happy to teach you something, if you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
That old gravedigger will be suspicious, so I'd bring him some kind of offering. He's always dragging those carcasses, so I'm sure he'd appreciate a slab of fresh meat from Troskovitz butcher.
Good idea.
He lives a short way from the cemetery, so at least the meat won't go bad on the way. Lots of luck, the Wolf of Scarlets.
Hey, she called me the Wolf of Scarlets.
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested in?
Thievery.
I reckon you've got a few tricks in your pocket to get into other people's pockets.
Great, let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time.
I'll do it.
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested in?
Show me a few alchemy tricks.
Great, let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time.
Cool. Alchemy. Oh, she did. It did work. Water of life. Healing potions heal you 25% faster. In addition, you have the 2 bonus, the coercion, dominance, and intubation stats when talking to commoners. I'm gonna do that one. Houndmaster. What do we got? Bark. Scholar. Survival and alchemy. Skill checks. Leg day. If you fail to steal an item when pickpocketing, you won't be detected by a victim. The perk has 3-minute cooldown. Your lockpick are more durable. Before breaking, manage to break a lockpick. Once you've successfully overcome the lock, a lockpick will return in your inventory.
I apologize.
May as well do the
I'd like
last
to learn something.
What would you like to know?
I'd like to learn how to not cause a stir in a crowd.
Great, let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time.
There we go.
You have a kind master.
Okay, what do we got? Dirty you are, the harder I will spot you, but beware, they can still smell you, the dirt, accompanied by a correspondent odor. Cool. When you wanted for a crime, you gain 3 stealth bonus and 2 agility and vitality, making it easy to escape. You make 50% less noise when moving in bushes. That's the one I got, wasn't it? Cool.
Hey, doggy.
Let's go. Might have alerted you.
What are you staring at? Fuck off before... You're a dead man. Jesus, I'm I'll beat you to a bloody... Fuck off!
Far out.
Short.
Where's your shoes? Merchant coat. Shoes. Ooh, groschen too. Wait. Club.
Good.
Glad it was just one person.
I reckon he's taking revenge for the ambush, eh? But why on the to me?
Filthy dead salmon.
There we go. Game saved. Well guys, thank you. That's enough for me for now. I will be back in about half an hour for Assassin's Creed Shadows. So please stay tuned for that, and I hope to see you all there. Have a lovely night, whatever you're doing, and I will catch you all later. This is Rad Dog Gaming. Out. Until next time. See you then.